So if you've seen my videos this week, or if you haven't, this week I'm doing just borrow lend cryptocurrencies all week. And then on Saturday, I'm going to recap all of them. And I'm going to have one on Saturday I didn't discuss this week. Small market cap, huge potential. It's got an interesting feature I think you'll want to see. So the first episode, I did 3 borrow lend protocols that were primarily institutional. You can see that video in my playlist. Please like, and if you subscribe and go to my playlist, you'll see it there. It was just 2 days ago, and that was Maple Finance, Clearpool, and Goldfinch, primarily institutional lending. Then we did the protocols Aave and Compound. That was yesterday's episode, and that was specifically because those are 2 of the oldest and really the first movers in this space. And they've been around for quite a while and went through the 2021 run. Now today, I'm going to do 3 of them, borrow lend protocols, that are on, I would say, chain-specific layers. And that's how I've grouped these together for today. But first, my disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. As you can see, I'm a big dumb animal. Don't do what I do. Informational purposes only. If you want to help support me, the links there to exchanges that have significant numbers of cryptocurrencies. Some exchanges don't have a lot. They have thousands. And if you use my links below, or that QR code, you'll get a bonus. Also, if you want to have crypto in an IRA and save on taxes, I've used them for over 3.5 years. And lastly, at the end, I will go over my crypto school where I discuss all of these things and have courses to teach you everything about crypto. Okay, the first one we're going to look at here is Morpho. Now, Morpho is, we'll look at coin market cap. Currently it's 700 million market cap. However, fully diluted value, because they only have about a third of their crypto tokens out, is 2.3 billion. Fully diluted value is what we're going to compare to their total value locked. Go to the Morpho homepage. You can see they're showing deposits of around 11 billion. Now on Base, or I should say on DeFi Llama, if you haven't used DeFi Llama before, they have all of the various layer 1s, or Base is actually a layer 2, but the various layers and then what's built upon them, the protocols for DeFi finance, decentralized exchanges, borrow, lend, you name it. I'm including Morpho in this, and I look at them predominantly as being on Base, mainly because of the recent news that Coinbase, which created the Base layer, has decided to use Morpho to back Bitcoin loans on Coinbase. Coinbase has well over 100 million users. They're probably the second largest, and they're in the United States. For those of you that think that that matters, you want to use someone in the US, it's Coinbase. They're a publicly held company now, and Morpho's providing the lending for everyone that wants to borrow against currently Bitcoin on Coinbase and maybe more. So they have about 1.7 billion locked, even though their homepage shows about 11 billion. I'm having a little issue bringing up their dashboard, but rest assured, it looks like all the other ones. It shows you can put money in, earn an APY, take money out, and pay, of course, fees and interest on what you borrow. So if we look at their fully diluted value, assuming we're going to go with their homepage of 11 billion, they're about 1/4. Their fully diluted value is 1/4 of what they're showing they have as deposits. I'm assuming these deposits aren't over their entire time, but what they actually have locked. If it's not what they have locked, then we'd have to go with Base, which is 1.7 billion. Now let's look at their pricing. Looking on TradingView, been out since 2024. There's really not a lot we can do. I've got the weekly chart, threw on some fib lines. If they get to the 100% line, which is essentially back to their highest close, it would be 3.5. They're at 2.3 now. Then we have the levels of 5.5, 8, 10, and 12.5. So that's about a 5x to get to 12.5. Now Morpho is already a very large market cap. So I think a 3 to 5x in my book would be excellent for something that's already sitting at fully diluted value over 2 billion. I'm sure there's many people out there that believe it can 10x or more. We'll have to see. The next is Suilend. As you can imagine, based on its name, it's built on the Sui chain. Market cap 28 million, fully diluted about twice that, I should say. Let's just say market cap's 30 million, fully diluted 60 million. Now, one thing about their dashboard is, ick. Doesn't look that great, doesn't look that professional, gets the point across. You can see the deposits, the borrows, etc. Deposits around 900 million, borrows around 236 million. Looking on DeFi Llama, the one thing I wanted to point out in particular is that they are only one chain. So Suilend protocol, borrow lend, is the lending protocol for Sui. If you're a Sui fan, like Raoul Pal and others, and you want to buy projects built on Sui or to help the Sui protocol grow, this would be one of them. And they're showing about 800 million total value locked. Now, if we look at their fully diluted value of 60 million, and they've got well over 600 million actually TVL, so that's a 10x. So whereas Morpho was, their valuation was a fourth of what they have locked, this is 1/10 of what's locked. Very interesting. That Sui, if we look at their pricing, haven't been around that long. It's a weekly chart. Not a lot I can do with this. It's at 57 cents. Me personally, I do own Sui and I own some Send. And what I'm doing is I'm just tracking Send against Sui. I think they should pretty much move lockstep, and potentially the smaller market caps may have larger gains, meaning Send may have a larger multiple ultimately than Sui. Remains to be seen. But as the market moves, I'm going to be comparing those two. Next is Bonzo Finance. Bonzo is one you've seen me make many videos about because they are on the Hedera layer. And if we look at DeFi Llama on the Hedera layer, we'll see that they are one chain, just like Suilend on Sui. Bonzo is to Hedera as Suilend is to Sui. They upgraded their homepage, which looks a lot cooler now. Total value locked 50 million. They had an incredible run up to 15 cents. That was right here in August, July and August. They came back down. They gave up about 50% of the run, which is typical. Usually when something runs up fast, it gives up 50%. It consolidates, and I expect it to run with the rest of the market. And I watch it along with Hedera, expecting it to move with Hedera, which it has since its inception for the most part. And again, since it's a smaller market cap of 28, fully diluted 28 million, I would expect it to do a higher multiple ultimately than Hedera. So those are the three for today, the three borrow lend protocols on specific layers. If you're interested in those particular layers, those may be the protocols and the cryptos you'll want to take a look at. Thanks for watching. Always appreciate it. Please do watch and listen to the rest of my promotion for my school community. Love how I break things down? Then hop into my crypto school. You'll get step-by-step courses on everything: buying, selling, staking for yield, borrowing, lending, even going fully debanked. Plus, join lively crypto chats and catch my daily market updates. And lastly, if you just want to help support the channel, there's a join button just below this video.